Most people don't really know much about osteopathic medicine unless they've been exposed to their family doctor or someone has introduced them to it. Osteopathic medicine was started by a man named A.T. Still back in the 1870s. He was an MD, an allopathic physician, and he was trained like they were trained in the 1870s, 1860s, 1850s, that time frame. And most of the time there weren't any medical schools then, and people were trained in sort of like an apprentice style to be trained. Anyway, during those times, Civil War times we're talking about, a lot of things, infections would occur, amputations were very common, particularly during the war, to save people's lives and keep gangrene from setting in and actually killing more numbers of soldiers. We had a very limited number of medications. A lot of the medications did not work. People would talk about them working, but they never really worked. A.T. Still looked at that and said there's got to be something more. And there have been a lot of old wives' tales about how he figured out that the body had some inherent healing in itself, and he needed to figure out some techniques to bring that about to get good results. And he did get good results. He started his college, his medical college, in the early 1900s. In fact, I think the first time there's some pictures of the actual institution, it was like 1896 in Kirksville. People who are really interested in osteopathic medicine, a very good book is this book here called The DO's Osteopathic Medicine in America. It's by Norman Gervitz, and he came to speak at Marion University, which is one of the osteopathic schools here, and this book really goes into great detail about the history and so forth. As time went on, allopathic medicine, or MDs, continued to work on medications. The DOs continued to do a lot of osteopathic treatments. As time went on, as we all know, antibiotics came along, the medications got better, and so forth. And there were a certain group of osteopathic physicians that felt we need to incorporate the medicine along with the osteopathic techniques to get better results for their patients. And that group is really the group that we DOs are most associated with now, because we have full rights of practice, and with that we try to combine both the advantages of allopathic medicine and the osteopathic concepts. And so we owe a debt of gratitude to those DOs in our history that have sort of presented the way that we practice today. And they were really the forebears of a great medical community. There are about 30 osteopathic schools in the country right now, and through some political wrangling, a lot of the educational programs are being incorporated and mixed. You'll find a lot of DOs who have been educated in allopathic education after they graduate, and you'll find many of the MDs have similar techniques now to treat patients with some of the osteopathic concepts. So it sort of has come together for both. This isn't by no means a detailed description of osteopathic medicine, but I did want to give people an idea of what the actual concepts were.